people that respect and value human life and modern Democrats, welcome to a brand new video. Today, we are talking about a really dark situation. And we are going to be making fun of a lot of idiots that, in my opinion, have handled this in the worst human way possible that just makes you feel like they are subhuman filth. Picture relevant. This over here is Destiny, this little handsome fellow in the background. Destiny had something of a crash out. We are going to be talking about this immensely. He is literally standing on the corpses of children to make points and get cool zingers in about his political shtick. But most importantly, I am going to give you the full context on everything that's going on in Texas. And we are going to be getting into the complete retard influencers trying to monetize that for their own gain. All right. And also, obviously, the leftist media being cringe as they always tend to be. So let's start things off by telling you that this over here is a giant flood. In Texas, there was a gigantic flood. As you can see, this is not normal. You can see the water level rising. It is an actual catastrophe. A lot of people might not be knowing that this is going on or whatever, but it is going on. There was a couple of days ago, there was this flood. Isn't it a bit late to cover this? It got worse. It got worse. So, as you can see, crazy flood is happening. It is not good. It was really dangerous, and people were killed. This is a supermarket. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's actually pretty insane. Now, obviously, so you have people that, as Texas faced a devastating flood disaster that caused heavy damage and claimed at least 51 lives, including 15 children. This person, George Strait, donated $3.5 million to support the victims and the family, which is a huge W. And to be honest, a lot of people have actually stepped up to actually save people's lives. These are good ass people. These are good ass people that are risking their lives, their time, their energy, their money to save people. And that is honestly the most unfathomably based thing someone can possibly do. Now you will notice Destiny is trending over here on Twitter because Destiny is trying to monopolize this to get some little political brownie points. The Democrats in the media tried to figure out how to blame the Texas flood on global warming while also blaming it on Trump. You see, this tweet, I think, encapsulates everything so perfect about the media. They need to say that it's climate change that's doing it. But if it's climate change that's doing it, then it's not Trump's fault that there are floods in Texas. So they're really having a really difficult time about it, trying to blame both climate change and Trump at the same time. But don't worry, gamers, because they found a way. First, let me show you how CNN actually covered this, because this is abominable.
Just talking about the federal government and even the local government, 2 Texas National Weather Service offices involved in forecasting and warning about flooding on the Guadalupe River are missing some key staff members. A director of the NWS union told CNN that the Austin San Antonio office is missing a warning coordination meteorologist due to the Trump administration's buyouts.
Yeah, this flood that happened is because one random guy lost a job somewhere. Absolutely. Yep, flash floods, government conspiracy theory, 100%.
Do you have any indication whether those or other cuts helped play a role in the fact that the people in the flood zone were not prepared and certainly not evacuated?
Right, so she is making the claim that because of Trump and cutting and firing people, all right, because of that, just want to make this clear, because of Trump, sure, 50 people were killed because there weren't proper notifications and warning because one meteorologist was fired, even though meteorologists are wrong half the time. Still, because that one meteorologist was fired by Trump a few months ago, there were no warnings. Now, let me make this clear, and I will show you proof. There were warnings. Every single person in Texas knows there were warnings. I've spoken to people in Texas. They got warnings. Everyone got warnings. However, the media thinks that the rest of the country could be tricked into thinking that they didn't get warnings.
I can't say that conclusively, but I do think that it should be gated, and I don't think it's helpful to have missing key personnel from the National Weather Service not in place to help prevent these tragedies.
What? Listen, I can't say whose fault it is. I am just saying that they could have prevented the flood if the meteorologist wouldn't have been fired.
And, when I say that we ought to do everything possible to help prevent a tragedy like again, that's part of what I mean. That's why there's an incredible value to the National Weather Service, is because, on most days, obviously, you're not going to have a tragedy like this. But when you have flash flooding, there's a risk that you won't have the personnel to do that analysis, do the predictions in the best way, and it could lead to tragedy. So I don't want to sit here and say conclusively that that was the case, but I do think that it should be investigated.
This is unbelievable levels of bullshit. I don't want to say it's the case that because Trump and Doge fired a meteorologist somewhere, that is the reason why people died in a flood. But, and this is obviously retarded. This is like insane, because if you actually do the research, it turns out there were more people on staff than any other time. Now, before we dive into that, this is Trump's response.
I wouldn't blame Biden for it either. I would just say this is a 100-year catastrophe, and it's just so horrible to watch.
Are you planning to visit Texas, Mr. President?
Probably on Friday. We wanted to leave a little time. I would have done it today, but we'd just be in their way. Probably Friday.
Right, so Trump immediately says, I am going to be there. I am going to Texas. I'm going there Friday. Hearkening a reminder that no one in the Biden team really went to California when that shit was on fire. Now, don't forget me mentioning California, okay? Because Destiny's big argument is all the people criticizing California should be criticizing Texas now and Trump. Now, this is obviously retarded, because in California they didn't have working fire hydrants, and we will get into that in just a moment. Now, before that, this is crazy. This is a meteorologist in Austin, Texas. All I'll say is this: the National Weather Service issued a flood watch for Kerr County more than 12 hours ahead of the catastrophic flood. A flash flood warning was issued for the Hunt and Ingram 3 hours before the Guadalupe started to climb. They did their job and did it well. Now, this is what the meteorologist that was there said. To make it clear, everyone did their job. Everyone did their job, okay? Literally everyone. It was a tragedy. It was a travesty. The fact that there was a flood. Floods happen. Floods have always happened throughout history. It is an unbelievable tragedy that claimed a lot of lives. And everyone that was on the job did their best to minimize it to the best of their abilities. They gave out 12-hour warnings. They gave out 3-hour warnings. And people have been trying. Blaming it on Trump or whatever, or trying to get political brownie points, is insufferable. This is not a political issue, but don't worry, because the retards on TikTok decided, yes, we can make this a political issue.
It's a hard pill to swallow, huh? The fact that if you would have just voted for Kamala, that those kids in Texas and all those families in the RVs would more than likely still be alive.
Are you retarded? Like, it's so painful to hear this. Like, do these people believe what they're saying even? Do they even believe what they're saying? Honestly, I think they do. I really think they believe what they're saying. Because I think your average liberal white woman with a nose ring on TikTok is an actual retard. Actually retarded, listening to crazy, fear-mongering bullshit. Like, here's the thing. This creature listened to CNN. You know that? This person listened to CNN and was like, oh my god, it's Trump's fault because Doge fired one random meteorologist.
But instead you just made fun of her laugh, while people were screaming at you that if he was voted in, people were gonna die. And look where we are.
Bro, if he was voted in, people are gonna die? What, God made a flood because Trump was in office? Like, what are you talking about?
A bunch of parents who can't protect their own kids.
Yeah, this is retarded. So obviously people decide they're gonna go out there. Yeah, you see that? You see, it's all because you didn't vote for Kamala that people are getting killed in floods. Like, I'm telling you, these are subhuman, filthy creatures. So anyway, this is what the AP said. The Weather Service had extra staffers. Okay, extra staffers. I'm not even exaggerating. The National Weather Service office in New Braunfels, which delivers forecasts for Austin, San Antonio, and the surrounding areas, had extra staff on duty during the storms. where the office would typically have 2 forecasters on duty in clear weather, they had 5 on staff. There were extra people in here that night. That's typical in every weather office. You staff up for an event, you bring people on overtime to hold it over. Now, to be clear, CNN is completely, demonstrably wrong. They said that people were fired and everyone was understaffed. This was a lie. Everyone had full staff. They, in fact, had extra staff. Extra staff. It is unreal how much they want to twist all this shit. So, to be clear, warnings were issued. If you actually look at the logs, as you can see here, flash flood warning for all these places. All right, then you had the next one, hazard life-threatening flash warning, source radar, impact life-threatening flash warning, and there were just so many warnings, extra staff, all of the things were done. And these people that are trying to get political brownie points are sick pieces of shit. Accurate weather forecasting helps avoid fatal disasters. There are consequences to Trump's brainless attacks on public workers. Well, Chris Murphy, U.S. Senator from Connecticut, you are a retard. You are a retard. This is your average phone in Texas, getting infinite emergency alerts at 12:00, at midnight, at 2, at 2:40, at 9. There were flash flood alerts every single time. Now, I want to make this clear. These people are evil. Like, this is some evil shit. It is standing on the corpses of children to push an agenda for no reason whatsoever. Like, there have been warnings, there was extra staff, all of this shit happened. You sitting here blaming Trump just so other people could be like, oh my god, it is Trump's fault, and retards on TikTok can believe it, is demonstrably evil. These are godless, heinous acts. It's unbelievable. Now, Rosie O'Donnell came back from the dead to say this. Now, she moved to Ireland to run away from Trump because she's probably one of the largest contractors of Trump derangement syndrome I've ever seen. Now, they've had beef for a very long time. Now, to be clear, it all started back here. This is easily one of the greatest Trump clips of all time.
One of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Dog,
No, it wasn't.
that has got to be the funniest fucking line of all time. I know you're running for president. You've called women pigs, slobs. Only Rosie O'Donnell. He fucking cooked. He's always been based.
When it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs...
Look at him smiling. This is crazy.
...and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, so obviously he had beef with Rosie O'Donnell for a very long time. Okay, listen. So she releases this video on TikTok regarding the floods in Texas.
And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas. The Guadalupe River.
True.
51 missing. 51
Horrible.
dead. More missing.
Horrible.
Children.
Horrible.
At a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the...
What? And you know, when the president guts all the early warning systems, which didn't happen.
The weathering forecast abilities of
Which
the
didn't
government.
happen. Didn't
These
happen.
are the results that we're going to start to see.
So everyone is pushing this narrative. Trump killed those children. Literally, that is what these people are saying, and it's unbelievable. It's evil shit.
On a daily basis, because he's put this country in so much danger.
Has he?
By
Like, why?
his
What? What did he do?
Horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law.
Which has absolutely nothing to do with any of this.
As Republicans cheered.
Yeah.
As Republicans cheered.
Right.
People will die as a result, and they...
People will die! What are you talking about? What are you saying? A flood happens in Texas, and the first thing you do is blame Trump on the bill? On the big, beautiful bill or whatever? It's a bill that increases funds to ICE agents. to deport illegal immigrants and to cut tax on tips and tax on overtime. That's what this bill is, bro. How the fuck are you doing this? Because of this bill, people are dying, and Republicans are cheering that people are dying, that he signed a bill for tax cuts. Oh!
Started already. Shame on him. Shame on every GOP sycophant.
Like, look how retarded this is. All right, there's a flood in Texas, a tragedy. It kills children. Everyone is so quick to literally turn the camera on and say shame on Trump. Anyone that does that is a vampire, is an actual cock-guzzling vampire. Like, this is a person that has zero empathy. She does not care about the victims one bit. Not even one bit. And we all know that's true. It's just to say, how dare you, Trump? Also, is it just me, or does she kind of look like a pug?
Who's listening and following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is her making believe she has empathy for all these people that are killed. She obviously doesn't. She just simply uses it as an excuse to blame Trump for things that are, quite honestly, not even remotely his fault. Not even remotely his fault. However, TikTokers are also think, Trump bad, and therefore we could blame Trump for the death.
There's people in it.
Like, look at this shit.
I know
that was a house sliding away.
Probably gonna get canceled for this.
Probably.
But Camp Mystic is a whites-only girls' Christian camp.
Camp Mystic, for the record, is a camp that was washed away where all these people were killed, where all these children were killed. And she doesn't care because they were white Christians.
They don't even have a token Asian. They don't have a token black person. It is a all white only conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going.
By the way, I don't even know if that's true. I have no idea if this is true. It's a Christian camp, but there's nowhere that it says that it's white only.
Period. And I think that context needs to be said.
Why? Literally why?
In this matter.
Why is this important context? She's so happy that a camp of Christian children were killed because they're white and they're conservative. This is demon shit.
It's not to say that we don't want the girls to be found, whatever girls that are missing or whatever right now.
Or whatever.
But you best believe, especially in today's political climate, if this were a group of Hispanic girls, especially with them being in East Texas, it should be most likely Hispanic. If this were a group of Hispanic girls out there,
yeah,
this would not be getting this type of coverage that they're.
Are you retarded? Bro, there was an illegal immigrant human trafficker that was deported to El Salvador, and it became a national story where Democrat senators flew to El Salvador to have martinis with an actual terrorist wife beater. Okay? That happened a month ago. All right? What are you talking about? This is insanity.
No one would give a fuck, and all these white people, the parents of these little girls, would be saying things like they need to be deported, they shouldn't have been here.
No one is saying that people that are legal in the country should be deported. No one is saying that. And you know what else no one is saying? No one is saying to kill them. No one is saying that they should be drowned. All right, even if they are not legal in the country, no one is saying this. This is insanity.
In the first place, and yada, yada, yada. So before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better, da, 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 da.
What do you mean, no, they don't know better? Are you implying that if they're adults, it makes it okay for them to all get killed? Dude, this is some demonic shit.
The parents of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice,
right,
to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave.
There's nowhere that it says it's all white, by the way, just to be clear. It's just Christian.
Exclusionary just for white people, with all the black people in East Texas, with all the
Where does it say this? Anywhere.
Hispanic people in East Texas.
And even if it did.
How? Some way. You have carved out an all-white, whites-only enclave in East Texas for your white children. Yeah, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that.
Why does this even... First of all, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's... Even if it is an all-white enclave, it literally doesn't matter. There are children getting killed. I don't understand how you can be so heartless. First of all. But this is absolutely some radicalizing shit. You know why people become racist? People become racist because of videos like this, where you have a black person making a video saying, all these white people deserve to die. All right, I'll be real. That shit makes people racist. It's so much more radicalizing than any amount of systemic racism. Let me make this clear, all right? This is so much more radicalizing than the fact that your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents were slaves. Not even remotely in the same ballpark.
Again, this is no shade to the girls. I hope they all...
Also, this is in West Texas, not East Texas.
...get found. But once again, y'all have to understand the climate that we're living in. They want you to have sympathy for these people. They want you to get out of your bed and to come out of your home and to go find these people and to donate your money to go find these people.
Go donate your money to help find these people. Yeah, absolutely. That's an unbelievable thing to do. Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, they are deporting your family members.
They're only deporting people that are not legal in the country. Also, what is wrong with them going back home to where they came from? I don't understand.
Meanwhile, they're setting up concentration camps.
There are no concentration camps.
Prisons for your family members.
No, only for illegal people. If you have illegal family members in the country, then yes, they are getting deported. Absolutely.
And I need y'all to keep that in mind before y'all get out there and put on your rain boots.
I don't know why that has to do with anything. Actual rage bait. It's like, yeah, we have illegal people in the country go to prison. Why would you donate money to save these white girls? These white girls? Oh, disgusting. Whites. All those whites. By the way, I looked it up. It is not a white-only camp. All right? It is not. It's a Christian camp. It's not white-only. That shit was invented by this retard. All right? For real, for real. So I think this is some evil, demonic shit. It really is. Absolutely. And it's insufferable. Now, you look at, this is Bluefish MD. This is a pediatrics place saying, may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. In other words, let MAGA people die. Kirk County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. Maybe they get what they voted for. Like, this is unbelievable that it got this far. Like, you look at the most tolerant people on Twitter, the tolerant left. Every single one of them, Rutrow, Texas, what you gonna do? There's no FEMA to pick up for you by the bootstraps. They gave it all to ICE. Texas deserve every flood. God has spoken and it hates Texas. It's not awful, it's what Texas deserves. Cry harder, Texas deserves it. I'm kind of happy that the National Weather Service gave incorrect predictions when it came to how much rain would fall, especially since the best and brightest from that org were let go due to Doge, Elon, and Trump. Texas deserves the flooding. These people are evil. Like, these people are, like, actually evil people. It's crazy. It is wild. It's wild. These are, like, subhuman filth. For real. The compassionate left being compassionate once again. They unlocked Idubbbz levels of empathy for this one. This is insane. So while all these dudes are on their antidepressants, they have taken this moment to talk about how, in fact, it is Trump's fault. And why children that are drowning deserve to drown. These are the most tolerant people on the planet, for those of you that are unaware. And yes, Democrats are blaming Trump for tax cuts and firings and shit, but yes, they had extra staffers, and let me remind you, all the warnings actually were made. The warnings were made, the staff was extra, everything was fine. Now, let me introduce you to the second part of this saga. So this is Brandon Herrera. He is a absolute legend. Love this dude. So he's part of the Unsubscribe podcast, and he and his boys were basically spending the last few days searching for people and helping as a first responder. So we spent the day in Center Point, Texas, helping to look for bodies. Last I heard, they could still use a few extra hands tomorrow. I think we're going to help their fire department with fundraising. They lost a lot of essential equipment in the flood and their ability to do their jobs just a week or so before their annual fundraiser. More details on when it's set up, but just look at the images, look at the pictures he took, man. Like, this is devastating. Actually devastating. See, this is a good fucking guy. Oh my god. Actually heartbreaking. Like, really, really heartbreaking pictures. Now, this is a good guy. This is a really good fucking guy. And I always have so much respect for the people that actually do this. I'm nowhere near Texas, but I have nothing but respect for them. So this is Donut Operator. He's also part of that unsubscribed podcast crowd. He's also wonderful guy. Long day, boys. There's a little town beside Kerrville called Center Point, which was completely destroyed by the flood. They only have one volunteer fire department that was caught in the water, carrying away every piece of emergency equipment they have. Dudes barely got their fire trucks out. They managed to clean it out the best they could, make it their base of operations for search and rescue. We linked up with them and searched the riverbanks for bodies all day. Great bunch, amazing men and women. We got them a generator, water, and energy drinks to keep things pumping, but they need some help. Currently talking to the people and the chance to figure out what they need. And look at this. Yeah, so they actually went and they basically spent their entire time volunteering to the best of their ability to save as many people as they could. You know, nothing but respect for these guys, actually putting their bodies on the line. Now, of course, there were fundraisers for all these things. However, of course, scammers got involved. They tried to make scams. They tried to make some scams saying, hey, donate to me, but they're scams. So be careful who you donate to, if you do donate, by the way. Let me make this clear. If you donate, make sure you're not donating to a scam. Now, you look at the actual videos they took, and they're harrowing. Harrowing! Oh my god, look at this devastation. I don't know. It just goes to show that we're really at the mercy of God at the end of the day. It really does. It reminds you of that. So, ran some supplies out to Kerr County with Brandon, met up with Wes Vertel. This was right around the corner from Camp Mystic, where 20 to 25 little girls went missing. Miles and miles of cars, trees, homes piled one on top of another. First responders told us it's a huge holiday weekend there with hundreds of out-of-towners staying on the riverbank, which means they really can't give a solid count on how many people are actually missing. The community's going to need support in the following days. Keep an eye out for how to help. We'll try to figure out more tomorrow, heading back in a couple hours when it's light outside. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. Tectone, also the GOAT, by the way, he went out to also help. Heading back, storm returned. Things get messy again. Let's pray it doesn't. Did what I could, but wish I could have done more. Tomorrow going to do the fundraiser. Appreciate y'all. And Tectone actually went out and he, like this. Remember, this is the guy that's getting canceled. Everyone's canceling this guy for being a bad guy, right? Tectone's the bad guy. Right, let's cancel him because we're on Twitter and we know it's better, right, guys? And, but he went out. Canceling stream today. Gonna go help with Guadalupe River flooding disaster. Fundraiser details soon. Be back tomorrow. I have so much respect for these people. Going out and actually, this is some positive masculinity, goddammit. This is some positive masculinity if I've ever seen one. It really is. It's unreal. Now, not every streamer had this level of empathy, let's just say. Let me introduce you to nmplol. nmplol is a friend of Hasan Piker. He also makes believe he's a friend of Asmongold. And let's just say this lovely individual decided to make some pretty hilarious jokes on the entire situation.
Like 13 confirmed people dead and like 12 like campers are lost right now from a summer camp nearby.
Campers? Is
Yes.
it children awake?
Younglings, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, so younglings were killed in this flood, and it's a tragedy. So this is Nick, known friend of Hasan Piker, NMP Cuck, as they call him. He is the guy that watched Houthi musicals with Hasan Piker, for those of you that are unaware. Let me show you a clip of him. But let me show you his hilarious commentary.
Oh, they don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay. But it gets worse.
Wait, they have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. What? Their whole lives, Bree? It's gonna Bree. When they're older, every job is gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
There is no future because ooh, AI. Woo! AI is taking jobs, so they don't have much to live for. Obviously, this is horrible. I assume he's joking here. I assume this is just comedy, not very good comedy. It's unbelievable, unreal. Like, the craziest thing is, yeah, he's Asmongold and Hasan's friend. This is the guy. All right, this is the guy. You might remember him from here. This is him and Hasan Piker reacting to terrorist propaganda music videos.
Oh, no, damn,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, I needed the money.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah, they're also terrorists that kidnap random people and have sex slaves and also marry children.
Yeah.
He only listed the best parts, that they're getting killed by the Saudis. He didn't list the worst parts, you know? The whole them contributing to the deaths of 377,000 people in Yemen. He didn't decide to mention that. Right? He didn't decide to include that or anything. That part not as relevant.
Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
Yeah. So he plays the terrorist music video, and this is him on the side. Yeah, so this is the guy. You might remember him from this clip. Friend of Hasan Piker, largest leftist political streamer, also a retard. He might have sex with children in brothels. You never freaking know with Hasan Piker. He's kind of a degenerate piece of shit. So anyway, nmplol decided to make the greatest joke of all time.
They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay. AI is gonna take their shit anyway. Now, to be clear, I'm not the joke police. This is obviously a horrible thing to say. And I personally would not really respect anyone that makes a joke like this, personally. It is just a joke. He has the right. He has the right to make jokes as much as he wants. So I'm not going to sit here. Be the joke police of it all. I just think it's a pretty fucking horrible thing to say. And it's pretty great that he's going to actually find out. Like, he fucked around and he's going to find out. Now, you have to be clear. He's not some random little streamer. He is a popular Twitch streamer. He has 1.2 million followers, and he is part of OTK, the organization and all that. Now, I think this is a very fucked up thing to say. It really is. Absolutely. An unbelievably fucked up thing to say. And Donut Operator responded with this. Right, we were in the mud looking for bodies all day. Great joke. F-slur. Can't say that word on YouTube, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think that this is demonic shit. It really is. It's insane. He destroyed him. He absolutely destroyed him. And then, of course, he blocks him. Joke went too far. My bad. Some hit, some miss. Which is, like, it's so unreal. It is so unreal to see, like, these big streamers or whatever be so inhuman. Like, these are people that kids are looking up to. All right, there are kids that are fans of this guy. All right, there are Nick fans. All right, there are nmplol fams. There are people that love this guy, that watch his streams. He gets, 10, 12,000 live viewers on his streams or whatever. He has over 1 million followers on Twitch alone. This is shit that he says. And I think it's honestly not only not a very good joke, personally, but it's absolutely disgusting. Normalizing shit like this. And yes, when this guy is out there in the mud looking for bodies all day, I could definitely understand and respect exactly why no one has any respect for this guy. I'll be real. I definitely get that. It is crazy. Anyway, he retweeted this clip saying, "Sorry guys, joke went too far. Wasn't fully aware of the situation. Tragic what happened. I'll be more mindful going forward. Hope everyone stays safe and dry in Texas." An appropriate response. But, I would say it's an appropriate response if he didn't contradict exactly what he said in Discord. Now, in Discord, he said, "Yeah, Techie asked me if I want to go shoot with him. The answer is no, because Tectone went shooting with Donut Operator. Yeah, the joke was bad, I'll give him that, but calling a 35-year-old man the F-slur in 2025 is wild. I feel like it's high school." I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Calling someone the F slur is not even remotely, even close to anywhere as bad as saying all those children deserve to die, they had no future anyway. Like, are you retarded? You gigantic pussy. You are okay with joking about children dying because they have no futures anyway. But if someone says the word faggot, you lose your shit. Editor censor that because it's not allowed on YouTube. Like, come on, dude. You absolute piece of garbage. Oh my god, his viewers are spam calling me, I don't know what that is, and telling me to suck a shotgun. All right, that's obviously wild. But yeah, so nmplol, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like, he'll go publicly, all right? Publicly, he'll make this apology. And, you know, oh my god, dude, look how horrible this is. At OTK, at Tips Out, he's the CEO of OTK. These are the kind of people you like having around, joking about this situation, doubling down, and only then apologizing after they're called out. Took this picture today. Want to ask him if he has any jokes about it? God damn. God damn. That's brutal, bro. Holy shit. Dude jokes about dead kids, but can't handle the F slur. I know. It's honestly unbelievable. Dude makes a shitty joke about dead kids, plays victim about being called a name. Like, these people suck. Right? Are we all on the same page? These people are, like, actual losers? Like, we're all on the same page. These people suck, right? I think yes. I think yes. The answer is yes. They joke. They suck. So, of course, Nick goes. He apologizes. Sorry, guys. Joke went too far. This is so sad. Obviously, tragic stuff. Truly tragic. Unbelievable levels of tragic. But if you notice, this is something he said on Twitter, on Discord, after he made his joke. I apologize for nothing. Anyone upset is a pussy with no friends. I ignore your opinion and laugh at your failures. But only then, after he started getting backlash on Twitter, did he apologize. In my opinion, this is some spineless garbage, bro. This is unbelievably spineless. So your apology was a complete lie. He goes on Twitter, right? He goes on Twitter and he apologizes. Sorry, guys, joke went too far. I wasn't fully aware of the situation. It's tragic what happened. I'll be more mindful. Hope everyone stays safe. But meanwhile, on Discord, I apologize for nothing. Anyone upset is a pussy. Dog, you don't have to apologize. You could say it was a bad joke. I don't care. But you are such a two-faced snake. It's unreal. How are all these streamers such complete jellyfish? Unreal. Bro, Ludwig is being given a run for his money. It is unreal. I ignore your opinion, and I laugh at you. Anyway, goes to apologize on Twitter. Like, these people are so spineless, two-faced losers. Like, the fact that he's trying to work the shaft by collabing with Hasan and Asmongold at the same time, making believe that he's friends with both of them. We all know the truth. He's a grifting shitbag, and it is unreal. Now, Donut Operator says he only apologized because I called his bitch ass out, and he's completely right. Of course he wouldn't have apologized. Absolutely not. He absolutely would not apologize because he doesn't actually feel bad. Now, remember how I showed you that Donut Operator tags Tips Out? Tips Out is the CEO of OTK. Tips Out decided to drop a response. The past few years, it has been impossible on social media to avoid the tragedies and monstrosities in this world. I've seen women's heads blown clean off, parents picking up the shredded remains of their family, hospitals bombed, elderly folk burned alive in their homes, from the Middle East to the USA, Los Angeles to the Levant, California to North Carolina. The misery has spared no one. God bless the families of those in the floods today. Thank you for the incredible first responders and volunteers who are doing their best to save who they can. We're not in the danger zone, but it's clear how catastrophic things were alone based on the rainfall in Austin. Praying for those kids and their parents. May we be spared and delivered from all the evils of this life. And for those of us who are, may we be blessed with the empathy to recognize the pain of others without needing to feel it ourselves. A good response. However, odd timing there, boss. Correct. It is odd timing. How could we make this about us? No, but for real, bro, it interestingly came out after Donut Operator calls him out and is like, yo, your community is coming out here making jokes about dead kids. And then they drop this giant heartfelt response. Oh, we have so much empathy. We're just overflowing with empathy. True, real. I don't know. It's all such a performative grift. It's all such a performative grift virtue signal. Like, this is such a PR move. It's ridiculous. Like, it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating watching how everyone is doing their best to try to make every tragedy about themselves, shitting empathy all over the place, and how they are, in fact, the most empathetic of all empathy people. It's ridiculous. Now, Destiny the second largest leftist political streamer after Hasan Piker, he decided to make this tweet. I heard nmplol killed those kids. WTF. Haha! Everyone's making jokes about nmplol making a bad joke. Haha! It's not like he killed anybody. He just made a joke. All right. Understandable tweet. No hard will, no ill will. All right, I respect it. I respect the tweet. That's a good one. All right. So Marjorie Taylor Greene made this tweet saying, "This is not normal. I want clean air, clean skies, clean rainwater, clean groundwater, sunshine like God created. No person, company, entity, or government should be allowed to modify our weather by any means possible." Anyway, whatever. And Destiny retweets this saying, "If only there was a way to do things like produce energy while eliminating the amount of bad stuff that goes into the atmosphere." Now, this is obviously implying that Trump doing drill baby drill is like contributing to giant floods and stuff. But again, it's implicit. It's implicit. He's not saying anything out loud. He's just implying some shit. All right. Now, I don't need to go too far. All right. I don't know. Maybe the Jews that are controlling the weather. Just the Jews controlling the weather are wilding a little bit, it seems. I don't know. I'm not getting into it. Not getting into it. Who's modifying the weather? I don't know. There's this whole group of people that thinks that the Jews are modifying the weather. I don't even know, man. Now, so again, this is implying that Trump might be at fault here, but it's just an implication. Next, I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas porn ban. All right, this is getting really demented in real time. I mean, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Ha 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 ha. Kids were killed. Lamau got him. Peak comedy has been achieved. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, I'm not sure where he's going with this, bro. I have no idea where he's going with this. I'm failing to see the humor personally, but he is proving his empathy to the world. He is proving his empathy to everyone. Yeah, you are truly demented. Delete this, you sick narcissistic fuck. That's crazy. No, but this is mind-blowing because obviously Destiny does not believe in God. He is like a hardcore atheist, and he takes every opportunity he can to basically blaspheme the Lord in any possible circumstance he can. That is what he does. He does it all the time. And this is just another example of that, of like, haha, I am a gaytheist, and this is my religion, making fun of children that are getting drowned in floods. Anyway, this is not the main tweet, but then he decides to cook even harder. Hey, at Donut Operator, right? Because this is Donut Operator. He is going, he's actually, searching for bodies, looking for bodies, driving around, doing his best to actually help. Like, it's insane. So he retweets him with, I think, one of the most disingenuous tweets ever. Hey, Donut Operator, where are your tweets blaming Trump or Greg Abbott for the lack of preparation or response to this flood? What? Why would he do that? Where did Trump and Greg Abbott, right, this is the governor of Texas, where did they mess up? Where did they fail to make a response? They're doing everything they can to respond. They were overstaffed. If anything, they had extra staff. All the warnings were sent out on time, as I've showed you in the beginning. What are you talking about? You seem like you had so much more to say about the California wildfires while blaming Gavin Newsom and DEI. Yes, because they literally contributed to this problem. They literally contributed to this issue. Yes, blaming DEI is, yes, they're hiring firefighters based on them being gay, lesbian, transsexual Latinos over anyone else because they would prefer to get people to hit the right checkboxes that actually get people that are capable. Okay, they replaced capable people with tokenized people. That is literally what they did, so it is absolutely something that you could blame them for. All right, to be clear, that's first. Second of all, they didn't have working fire hydrants. They literally derouted the water. They routed the water away from California to protect the smelt fish, a species of fish that they tried to save. So they routed water away from California, so they did not have water to deal with the wildfires. They didn't have working fire hydrants in California. They had more genders than fire hydrants. Now, this is obviously retarded. This is like obviously retarded. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know how you could possibly compare these two. Would be really pathetic if you were just weaponizing drowned dead children for social media likes. He spent all day, every day for the last 3 days looking for bodies and volunteering. And you're calling him weaponizing drowned dead children for social media likes? That's exactly what you are doing right now. You are weaponizing dead children for social media likes. It is unreal. So, and then he shows a tweet from Donut Operator replying to Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom says more than 7,500 firefighting personnel are on the ground working with local federal partners to respond to the California ongoing historic wildfires, blah, 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 blah. And Donut Operator says, hey, dickhead, this is your fault. Bro contributed 100%. Trump told them to clear out the forest from dead leaves and dead trees. They did not do that. They refused. You know what's incredibly flammable? Dead leaves and dead trees. If they would have moved away that shit, the fires would not have been nearly as brutal. That's one. Two, they replaced capable firefighters with DEI hires. All right, that's next. Three, they didn't have working fire hydrants. So yes, some of the fault does lay on his shoulders, actually. So I don't see how this is proof of anything at all. And then, this is another tweet from Donut Operator back at the fires in California. Sounds like the top brass were super focused on preventing fires and definitely nothing else. This is retweeting how the Los Angeles Fire Department is very diverse. It's run by lesbians named Kristen. Not there's anything wrong with it. Meet the team. Bro, if they are talking about during fighting fires, all right, during a historic wildfires, they are talking about how epic and proud they are to have lesbians running the show, okay, then obviously their priorities are in the wrong place. This is completely valid criticism. So I am shocked, personally, that Destiny thinks it's some sort of dunk saying that Donut Operator, I can't believe it, Donut Operator. Why are you not talking about how this is Trump's fault that there's floods in Texas? Donut Operator retweeted this. Don't worry, I'm an emergency responder who looks like you. Help! My husband's still in there. My leg's broken. I can't get up. Looks like he got himself in the wrong place. Now this is obviously making fun of. Here, let me find it. LA Fire Chief. I'll show you the video that this is making fun of. I'll show you yeah, here it is. All right, this is who it's making fun of because this was a video put out by the Los Angeles Fire Department. No one cares. No one cares if the firefighter looks like me. No one gives a crap. No one cares. You know what people want? To be rescued.
That person.
These are completely valid questions, by the way. Absolutely. Absolutely, these are valid questions. If you can't carry somebody's husband out of a fire, you are not fit to be a firefighter. Here's the response.
Which might be fire.
He got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. Is that really what you want your firefighters to be saying? Only about 5% of working firefighters are women. This is so true. Anyway, so yeah, this video is shit. He got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. What an idiot. Why didn't you just stay away from the fire next time? So this is making fun of an absolute retarded LA fire chief. All right, a complete retard. Retweeted by Donut Operator. How is this even remotely similar to the current situation? It's not. Now, Destiny got obliterated in the responses. Tectone says, brother, he's been out there nearly every day for 3 days, helping out everyone who needs it, donating literal thousands of dollars of supplies and hand delivering it to victims and those who are help searching for lost people. Trying to bait him into internet beef during all of this is not the play. Great response. Destiny says, and yet 70 plus people are dead and will never be coming back to life. What? The fuck is happening? Like, what are we even doing here? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is Destiny. He's well known as the greatest leftist political debater. It's one of the largest leftist streamers. Bro, Donut Operator didn't kill these 70 people. You know that, right? You realize there was a flood? I don't even know what he's trying to do here. It's crazy. Phil Labonte, he's on the Timcast. He's one of the Timcast guys. He says, I hope you die in a fire, which is honestly very empathetic, obviously. And your first thing to do during an event online to try to help is weaponize it and push an agenda. Holy shit, be better. And to anyone looking up to people like this, do better. It's that simple. You and a handful of other creators, I personally do creator crash for free. That's not real English. Just to have y'all finally and hopefully shut the fuck up for a while. Why not do something actually helpful? Donate to nonprofits. Give your time and labor to a cause. Anything other than making posts and videos. Like, this is insanity. Like, this is a sub 80 IQ tweet for real, for real. Angry Cops, who's on the Unsubscribe podcast, says, why aren't you being mad online when people need help? Because he's out there doing something better to his fellow man. You put this out because you enjoy being cucked in real life and the internet, didn't you? Now, this is an epic reference to how Destiny's a cuck, and how he was in an open relationship with his then-wife, who has since divorced him, and currently, Destiny is being sued for allegedly doing revenge porn, filming people having sex without their consent, and then showing those videos to other people. Now, Destiny is clearly a moral authority that we all need to understand. Be a leftist political streamer without having weird allegations, level impossible, alright? I'm telling you. The holy trinity of leftist debate bros. You got Hasan Piker, known for Diddy parties and brothels. You got Destiny, known for allegedly sending revenge porn and filming people having sex against their will. And then there's Vosh, a guy who watches lolly horse porn for all the time. I'm telling you, select your fighter, for real, for real. Like the true champions of moral values and things that you should be looking up to in your life. Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, no. Crazy, actually, absolutely diabolical. Watching the modern left go crazy. Like, actual Discord mod simulator, it's crazy. Anywho, so, this is Destiny's Crash Out, Destiny's Gigantic Crash Out Donut Operator. I can't believe you're not blaming Trump for floods that have nothing to do with Trump. It's mind-blowing that everything is about an agenda. So, when you are saying that would be really pathetic if you were weaponizing drowned dead children for social media likes, which is exactly what you did. You are weaponizing dead children for social media likes by making these tweets. That is the only reason why you're making them. Now, this is not the first time Destiny has shown extra levels of empathy, and I will show you in a moment. Of course, nmplol, right, the guy that started all of this, is loving that Destiny is defending him. Right? Remember, nmplol apologized. But now he's laughing his ass off. I heard nmplol killed those kids. I wonder if he has the balls to do it to Destiny. I bet he won't. Destiny is not afraid of Donut. Wonder if he'll reply. You are such a gigantic pussy, my guy. Like, first of all, you're admitting that you're afraid of Donut. That's first. First, you are admitting you are a gigantic cuck. All right, to be clear, that is first and foremost. You are admitting you are a cuck. I respect it. Destiny pulled the aggro from NMP, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Now, to be clear, your apology means nothing if you're going to continue talking about how happy you are to be defended by Destiny, who's clearly has the moral high ground. Clearly, Destiny has the moral high ground. As you know, of course he has the high ground. He's standing on the corpses of children, after all. It gets you much higher into the air. So this dude, complete retard. Honestly, it's unbelievable. I think nmplol might be the biggest soy beta cuck I've ever seen of all time. Now, I want to remind you, this is not the first time Destiny had these, let's just call them empathetic crash outs. All right, to be clear, this is not the first time he's done this. This is Destiny's response to the Trump assassination attempt. When Trump was shot at a rally and it hit his ear and then murdered a firefighter. It murdered a firefighter that was just in the rally. True tragedy. This was Destiny's response. If I've offended anyone with recent tweets, I'd like to make things right. DM me and I'll buy you a front row to the next Trump rally. Get it? Because someone got shot there? A person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to the country, Trump, caught astray? I'm so sad. Please. All right. So this is where Corey Comparator was murdered during the Trump assassination attempt. And Destiny says, all I see is Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania. Got him. +1 in Pennsylvania because a Trump voter was murdered. Got him. So this is him retweeting Corey Comparator, the guy that was murdered at the Trump rally, saying, This is the fucking retard that got killed at the Trump rally. Lamau! Okay. Conservatives on the guy they wildly support who tried to lead an insurrection against the government. Everything is January 6th. Remember, everything is January 6th. And then was granted absolute criminal immunity to save him from federal cases gets shot at. Yeah, that's bad. We don't want to see that happen. I will say, I was worried for a minute about what would happen to Biden if he ordered this. And then I remembered, thank God, conservatives all agree that presidents have absolute criminal immunity while acting as his role as commander-in-chief. So he's basically saying he really hopes Biden ordered this hit. Yeah, definitely some wild tweets, absolutely. But I think his actual statements on stream are even worse.
But anyway, just to be clear, fuck you. Fuck the guy that got shot at the rally. This is why I don't give a fuck about showing sympathy. This is why I don't give a fuck. This is why I don't give a fuck about the sympathy for any of you fucking losers, because you won't own up to anything.
Don't take it out on me because your wife
won't
left
own
you,
up to
Fester.
anything. Nobody is talking about my
All
ex. That's great if you're joking.
Everybody calm
my
down.
God,
Jesus
me.
Christ. You got the skin complexion of Uncle Fester. Go worry about your
great,
ex-wife.
and you've got
Stop
the
acting like
voice
a big
tone of a
man.
guy with an A1C of 15, okay? Good for you.
That's fine.
Listen,
I don't even know what that means. God
I'm
bless.
sure you
Sounds
don't.
good.
That's why your feet are about to fall off, dipshit. Oh, fuck, he muted me again.
Yeah, so this guy obviously has so much empathy. Here's another one of his very empathetic clips in regards to the firefighter that got shot at the Trump rally.
How about your parents? If they get their brains blown out at a rally, would you have the same attitude? They are democracy-hating insurrectionists after all. One, you permaban for asking a stupid question, because the obvious answer two is, listen, they're adults. They make their own fucking decisions. If you want to support an insurrectionist president, then whatever comes of that that's your consequences. Again, it's not a fucking joke. My mom is an immigrant to the United States of America. She was 5 years old. Her parents worked really hard to get her here. She served for 20 years in the Air Force, along with my dad. They know exactly what they're doing. They should know exactly what they're supporting. It was my mom that, ranted at me for over a decade about how evil the USSR and Putin and all the Chi-coms and all that shit. So whatever, if they go to a rally and they whatever the fuck, it's less end of life cost for me to deal with. It's on them. That's their decision. You think I'm gonna fucking lose sleep over that? No. We all have our own paths to walk in life. We all have our own decisions to.
This is mind-boggling, bro. Like, actual mind-blowing shit. Yeah, if my parents went to a Trump rally, of course, I would love it if they got their heads blown off. Less end-of-life cost for me, baby. Let's go. Let's go. They supported Trump after all. They deserve it. Now, to be clear, this goes back a long time. This is Destiny from like 5 years ago. All right, this is an ancient clip. Now, I think this clip still rings true, which is why I'm showing it to you today. It's because I want to show you how much empathy he has, obviously. The tolerant left are truly proving themselves to be better people. That's the thing about the left that I like so much. They always need to prove that they are, in fact, the moral high ground. In this case, he's not, but, I mean, maybe he is, and I'm just too stupid to realize. Let me know what you think of this clip.
You genuinely do hate conservatives, don't you?
Very much so. I've moved full on to like the political violence level, or the real violence level, when it comes to conservative people. Yeah, I think they need to be like excised from my fucking country. I think they are demonstrably fucking evil people by any moral system that most people would use. And then I just hate them because they tend to destroy the outcomes related to this country, which is what I'm concerned with. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a topic I'm not yet sort of ready to touch.
Yeah, so Destiny says that conservatives are demonstrably immoral, evil people that should all be removed from the country. Remember, he's fighting to not remove illegal immigrants, all right, that are coming from prisons from Argentina, all right? Or whatever. Or, prisons from Venezuela and El Salvador gang members. Those people he doesn't want to deport, all right? Conservatives, get them the fuck out of his country. Demonstrably immoral, evil people. He condones political violence. Like, dude, you have to understand. This is your average dude. This is your average motherfucker that goes. Yeah, this is the greatest tweet of all time. This is everything. So yes, this has been Destiny, and his unbelievable levels of empathy. Shout out to his empathy. What an empathetic guy. Now, this is that girl I was showing you before, where she said that it's little white girls that are getting killed, and she literally made another TikTok doubling down. Saying that yes, she doesn't care because it's white girls, so she actually doesn't care. Actually demonic levels of shit. Now, Decoy Voice, he made a short 4-minute video talking about what's actually going on in Texas, so I wanted to look at that to get his on-the-ground levels of research. Shout out to Destiny's empathy. It was aborted before he was born, but it existed for a little bit. And let's see what we got. All right, let's see what's actually going on. I think that I think a lot of people showed their true colors here. I really do. I think it's an unbelievable tragedy. Of course, I will be linking in the description to whatever fundraisers I could find. Feel free to donate if you can, obviously. And definitely don't forget to subscribe. Let's up those numbers. Yeah, let's see what's actually going on.
July, most everybody was celebrating, completely unaware of the catastrophic flash floods that struck much of central Texas, where this 20-minute time lapse shows us how quickly the floods overtook the streets, as the Guadalupe River saw vehicles being swept away in the water. With people seeing several feet of water flow into their homes,
they can't come look. We've lost our cars, everything. We've lived here for 30 years, and this has never happened.
Damn.
As even entire houses were washed away in the flood.
There's people in it. Oh my god, there's so many people in it.
With semi-trucks getting knocked over on their side as they took out the trees. And most tragically, RV campsites were completely washed away.
RV sewage. It was all full, too. All those RVs.
Look at this shit. This is
With
unreal.
the Daily Mail covering what happened at Camp Mystic, as the floods have ended the lives of at least 27 individuals, including 9 kids, with several still missing. As the river got up to speeds of 125 cubic feet per second, almost 3 times faster than normal, rising 30 feet as it swept away the campers, with over 800 people being rescued as they prepare for up to...
It's such an unbelievable tragedy. Every single time I hear about these things, it's unreal. It's unreal.
The 10 inches of more rain, as the helicopters are rescuing people stuck inside the trees.
God damn. Brother,
saving at least 2 of the kids from the campsite so far, but the nightmare doesn't end. As into today, Austin has put out new flash flood warnings that come right before an expected heat wave. So President Trump took to social media to say they're working with Texas state and local officials, as Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem will arrive soon. With the
yeah, just a reminder, by the way, speaking of the California fires, I don't remember the federal government really getting that involved.
Local mayor going on CNN sharing how we can support.
People need to know today will be a hard day. It will be a hard day. I have been asked how people can help. The sheriff has mentioned that a fund has been set up by the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. The easiest way to get information about that is to follow the City of Kerrville Facebook page.
But Nick Sorter is already on scene.
I just got back from Camp Mystic, and I'm telling you, how close that was to the riverbank. There's a cliff on one side, so the camp is trapped in between the cliff and the river. There was nowhere for these kids to go. The rescue operations with river
oh my God, it's heartbreaking.
You can see all the debris everywhere in the water route here. Those trees that are in the way, you're constantly chainsaw to try to get down the river. That is hampering relief efforts out here. You can see the connectivity has been one of the biggest problems out here. Last night, police weren't able to use their radios. You know, they'd hit the button, it would just beep and not do anything. They couldn't communicate with each other. It was, pitch black. Cell phones didn't work. And so we were able to reconnect a lot of them using Starlink systems. Starlink contacted me today, and they said that they're going to be every law enforcement first responder vehicle in Kerr County out here is going to be equipped with a Starlink receiver by today.
And as usual, he's doing a...
Yeah, and speaking of how Kristi Noem actually went down, like, you have to realize, this is the comparison. This is Alejandro Mayorkas during the North Carolina flood, shopping in a mall, and this is Kristi Noem during the Texas flood, actually in a helicopter going to help people as much as possible. Like, you cannot compare the level of contribution the federal government is giving now than it did during Biden's term. You can't compare. Dude, you just see these images. Young girl found alive 12 miles downstream in a tree. It's horrible, man. It is horrifying shit.
A lot of great work, as he's already out there deploying Starlinks on site. And even when he announced he was heading out, when people wanted to donate to him, he redirected everybody to the United Cajun Navy, who are out there conducting rescue operations, alongside other local efforts to run supplies to the flood victims, where amazingly, in hours, many of the items they requested have already been purchased, as hopefully they'll still find more survivors, and whatever supplies and support they need can quickly be delivered. Now, I don't know how to link that Facebook group the mayor had referenced, but I'll put the links to that Amazon registry for supplies and the United Cajun Navy, as I really appreciate all that Nick sorta does, because if you don't recall, he's a lot of the reason why we know what really happened with the Maui fires in 2023, so I hope they get all—
It's really, you have to thank the independent media, because the mainstream media, like we saw the clip from CNN. We saw the clip from CNN, bro. The clip from CNN is sitting there. Oh my God, guys, people are dying in a flood. Anyway, I can't believe Trump would fire a meteorologist. And it's like, holy shit, bro. Like, priorities, man. Like, what are you doing?
all the support they need. And hopefully we'll see some more good news from Texas in the near future.
Yeah, I really hope so. I really hope so. It's really unbelievably tragic shit. And everyone decides to take an opportunity to weaponize this for social media points is very telling. Like, I mean, you see the reaction from some people versus other people. Like, the really good people in this scenario, they're these guys. The fucking, not this guy. The fucking heroes, all right? The donut operators of the world, the Brandon Herreras that actually go out and put their bodies on the job and actually go help people, right? Like, you can't even compare. Like, these are people that are going out there doing their best to save as many people as possible. And then you have the retards, you know, joking about it and, you know, criticizing Donut Operator for calling out Gavin Newsom, but not calling out Trump, even though they're completely separate situations, literally finding ways to monetize it. It just shows the priority of all of this. And mostly, first and foremost, I have to say, listen, you know the phrase, God works in mysterious ways. I will be obviously praying for these victims, and I hope that we can find as many of them as possible. I hope that as many people are able to be returned home as possible. I hope that, you know, that we don't see more tragedies like this. And in conclusion, of course, I will be linking a donation place in the description of the video, where if you'd like to help contribute, you can definitely do that. I will link it there. And shout out to people like Tectone and Donut Operator and Brandon Herrera and all these wonderful people that are actually going out there to help, as opposed to the people that are trying to be really funny about it and make very incredibly relevant, hilarious jokes, like how, Lamau, lol, haha, they didn't have much to live for anyway, guys, haha.
13 confirmed people dead and like 12 like, campers are lost right now from a summer camp nearby.
Campers? Is it children awake?
Younglings, Nick.
Okay. They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
Wait, they have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. What? Their whole lives, Bree? That's gonna Bree. When they're older, every job is gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
Shout out to the retards of the world. They give me content. So, breaking news, this just happened now. Destiny said, I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas porn ban. Crazy tweet. And NordVPN responds. Hello everyone. This tweet falsely suggests a sponsorship with us. No such relationship exists. We are reviewing this misuse of our trademark. No one wants to be near this guy. No one wants to be anywhere near him. Oh my God. People... Minus one sponsor. It's, you know, honestly, that's pretty crazy. All right, anyway. All right, see you in the next one, gamers. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.